So, Frozen 2 is coming out very soon, and just thinking about that made me sad. Just kidding.
Kind of.
When the first Frozen came out, there was a lot of hype, and I was genuinely excited and curious to see if it lived up to the hype. It didn't. It was just bleh? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyways, in honor of Frozen 2 coming out, I thought I would talk about why I really hate Frozen. Number 1, the plot is absolutely awful. I don't know about you guys, but in the beginning it kind of made sense, but then as you went through the movie, I didn't quite understand what was happening. Like, they crammed so much information and so much action into the beginning of the movie. I was overwhelmed. Like, it was so crazy. It made absolutely no sense. And isn't it weird that the parents kept Anna and Elsa away from each other for so long? Like, that's terrible. They're sisters. You know what? Anna probably would have thought it was like amazing that Elsa had frozen powers, but they just said,
You're not allowed to see your sister at all.
you can't. She has frozen powers and she literally just like might freeze your head off or something. Yeah, it made absolutely no sense to me why the sisters were separated through the entire beginning of the movie. Number 2, the parents are awful, as I mentioned just before. They were so incredibly mean to Elsa. The reason Elsa has so many emotional problems is because she grew up in her room that was locked 24/7. Like, she's allowed to see her sister. Again, her sister probably would have thought it was so cool that she had all these powers. But again, the parents said no, they're not gonna let them see each other. Oh my gosh. It made absolutely no sense at all. Number 3, Anna is so dumb. Like, so dumb. She gets engaged to a guy that she met the same day. And the movie kinda tells us that that's a bad decision on her part, but not really. They're like, oh yeah, it may be a bad idea to marry someone you just met, but it can be okay if it works out. Like, what? Number 4, the movie tries to say it's all about sisters, but it really isn't. Anna and Elsa get very little screen time together. They rarely really share any scenes throughout the entire movie. And yes, there is some sibling bonding, especially at the end. Spoiler alert. However, I don't get it. There's really no scenes with them together and it makes no sense. Number 5, Elsa is honestly really mean. Okay, Elsa kind of appears in the movie. She maybe appears in it for like a third of it, but like the other 2/3 are just Anna like trying to, fall in love with people and things like that. But anyway, beyond that point, Elsa is honestly really mean. Like, she's closed off and unwelcoming, and yes, we understand why that is because that's kind of the parents' fault because they locked her in a room for however long. But what? Like, Elsa is so mean. She's incredibly mean to Anna when Anna clearly just wants to help her and be like, hey, let's reconnect as sisters again because our parents obviously didn't let us be children together, so let's do it. And it just made absolutely no sense. Like, Anna's like super mean, and I thought this was a princess movie. Like, Elsa she's so incredibly rude when any help at all is given to her, and she's like, no, I'm just gonna seal myself off in my castle, and that's that. But anyway, those are just a few reasons why I don't like Frozen. I really wanted to make this video because I got an ad for Frozen 2 on my phone while I was on social media, and I got inspired to talk about why I just really don't like Frozen. I'm not sending any hate to people who do enjoy the movie. The songs are actually pretty good, but that is the only positive thing that I will ever say about it. The plot isn't very good, and the characters are so mean. Like, I don't understand why people like it, but hey, to each their own.